These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup.
There's going to be on this side of the map as well, as we already have move from Jin Zhao and Hung.
Certainly do. Could be a scrap on that top side. I mean, Scout level 6, so he's got that Emperor's Divide, but Azir not exactly a champion fit. Oh. Hung is getting cheeky with it. He's not been spotted. Okay, he's going to Hex Flash out the back of the pit to keep himself safe for now. As Weiwei moves in. It's going to be a smite off for the first one. Meteor grabs that. Weiwei could do with getting at least one of these
first
grubs. Certainly does. That's Weiwei grabbing one. So at least we'll get the double XP for that first grub, and I think LNG, they're happy with that. They got the one.
They got the one. They can come back and fight for the next spawn there. But it will be really nice for LGD to get 2 grubs. It sets them up to try to get those 4. Obviously, Haichao.
Oh, look at this. Engage from Scout. The follow-up from Hug as well. Haichao has to dip into topside river just to survive and take control of this one. So they got one of the grubs and they get the Drake. It's a minor win overall for LNG. Nothing too significant. Gold's still dead even at this point, but still a positive start to the game for them.
Also a power point that if you give a little bit of gold to, will have a ton of setup potential for you, and already up in CS in the lane too.
All right, no. Birdall dives in as he turns mini. I don't think that was the timing he was looking for. Birdall, what was that?
Bold, Cotton, bold as, oh God, Scout.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, has to use his killer instinct. He'll be okay.
Maybe feeling a little bit fearful, actually.
And honestly, this is good for LNG. The longer this stalemate goes on, the more of those ultimates will become available. Who needs them? They just dive on in onto Jin Zhao. They've got a 5v3 to start fights. Haichao and Birdall finally arriving. The sleep onto 3. Solar Flare comes in. And Weiwei taken out of the picture. LNG still with 4 members trying to fight this one out as Gala's 1v1ing Birdall on the top side. And Scout getting AoE down. There's a smite out from Meteor. Jump forwards from Gala here as they try and finish off these health bars. LGD so low as Zika finishes one, and Gala's chasing for more, finds the snipe as LGD sent away, losing a 5v4 with an equalizer. It's going from bad to worse for LGD. Emperor's Divide just came over the last second, and Meteor can't finish the kills. It's one snipe for Birdall, but one giant leap for LNG.
Somebody just cracked open the bank vault and gold just started spilling out everywhere. We literally had 1 kill in 10 minutes and now it's 2-5. LNG come out massively. They will deny at least the 4 grub, but we got fights.
We certainly do. Jin Zhao might have gone in too early though. I don't know if he can survive long enough here. He's pretty tanky. Haichao's arrived, but now he's alone in the play. Birdall gets onto the scene. 1-for-1 in the re-engaged version of the fight as Gala doesn't have any sums and Birdall has found him in a 1v1. What is happening in the map right now as Scout gets another one? Zik has re-arrived on the scene as he comes in the bottom side of that river. And look at Xiaoya. Xiaoya's like, you know what, lads? I'm getting a minion wave.
Let's calm down a little bit. We don't even need any kind of color casting here. It's just go buttons and fighting by LNG and LGD. Speaking of.
Oh, Scout. He's caught underneath the tower. Oh my god, Birdall. 2 solo kills in a single fight. Birdall kills off Gala, kills off Scout. Revenge for that death in the laning phase.
Zika's just like, guys, what happened? Birdall is 4-1 now. Both top laners gonna have massive impact on this game as well. Zika getting his own little bit of goal. Oh, come on.
What is going on? What is in the water? Like, I don't know what has inspired these players.
I don't need to talk about what's happening. It's perfect.
I mean, yeah, for us, as a double play-by-play, this is the perfect game right now. It's a killer minute so far as LGD grab themselves a Drake. Doesn't look like LNG are... I daren't say they're not contesting because I feel like...
It outhands you. I think you're taking advantage of some of the split fighting nature of this, but this is the latter half of the fight after the first series had already gone down.
Yeah, I mean, Gala traded for Haichao, the supports traded, and then Scout just oversteps. I mean, this was honestly LNG kind of winning the play because they won the previous fight, and then this was LGD's answer to them winning that fight, right? Scout overstepping means it ends up being a positive play for LGD. However, then Zika just walks up and kills Birdall, so then it becomes a neutral play again. I guess the only advantage from all of that was the fact that LGD got one extra grub, so Meteor gets one jungle camp ahead.
Yep, that's what we'll say. We'll come away with it that way. So he will also have the Leandries completed now coming out of base, so a little bit of strength there. But LNG, we're looking to start up the Rift Herald, and that'll get some standing gold for them out on the map. But this is also a situation we can talk a little bit about that forward engage, that setup that is so strong for LNG. We are seeing some of the damage profiles rebuff that a little bit now that we're getting first items as well. It might even make that a little bit more difficult to handle. LGD holding their heads a little bit above water here, even if they're starting to drown.
It's definitely LNG with the advantage, isn't it? Kills on LGD are on Birdo right now, and he's still 1,000 gold down in the top side. Scout now has an advantage after losing out early in the laning phase. Gala is massively ahead in the bot side. Like, doesn't feel like there are many advantages for LGD. They want to make an advantage in this top side as Birdo actually flashes forward, looking for the Mega Gnar, gets the double stun, Solar Flare comes on in. It's a great little combo for LGD, and Meteor sweeps up his first kill.
That's a lot of shutdown gold going to Meteor as well there.
I thought it was an early flash. I was so incredibly wrong. Great little flash there. This has been a very high and low game for Birdall, hasn't it? He's had some insane moments. He's also had some terrible moments. I've never seen an individual game look this dramatic, I guess. Wait, tries to get in the Herald, smite it away. It does feel like LNG are the ones in control of the map right now. Scout's moved up to the top side as he has his TP available. Look at this, though. Haichao wants to set up for a dive onto Scout. This will mean LNG get themselves this Drake pretty much for free.
They don't have Mega Gnar, though. They're going to have to use Birtle's Mini Gnar to get this. And Scout's just killing him here now. Haichao goes over.
Oh, no! He's already used the jump as well. Birtle trying to get him. Zonya's isn't enough, I don't think so, but with the shield it is! Gets back under the tower, clears the minion wave, Haichao comes under! And they will survive, barely!
In complete control of this bottom side of the map, they'll be getting themselves a second dragon and start that stacking for themselves. Haichao getting nice standing gold for LGD in the side lane, though, himself.
I can't believe how hard that was for Haichao to Scout. Full raid boss mode right there, where, like, if they didn't come in beforehand and already know the strategy, I feel like just punishing the fact that the enemy carries are so far, or at least the enemy bot lane carry is so far behind. Like, you still have the advantage, right? Without the scaling.
Oh, no.
Once again, 2v1 under the tower. This time, it works out for LGD.
Hey, they get it. They don't have any trouble, and they get the outer tower, too, so they'll get a ton of gold. And they have shrunk this lead down to about 1,000 gold for LNG.
Single out Scout. It has worked. It's sort of gone pear-shaped a little bit as well. Birdall has found a good flank, but spotted on a ward in the end. Drake started by LGD, and oh my god, Jin Zhao tries to start the fight. He was hoping for Birdall follow-up, but he just evaporated. And now LNG can move straight into the river. Meteor sent away. He wants to get in for... No, don't hit him into the Drake. Okay, doesn't get the smite. Hung is going to go down as Haichao is free-firing. It's a good equalizer. Xiaoya separated as Wei Wei goes down. He's 3v3 right now, and Haichao's looking for more onto Gala as well. Flash available for Gala. Might have to use it. Used it too late. And it's a triple for Haichao. Zika down. LGD, they lose the Drake, but they can go Baron. They're on the Baron. Wei Wei's not up for 8 more seconds. Jin Zhao has arrived back on the scene. That is a Baron for LGD in exchange for Soul Point, but also a boatload of gold into Haichao's pocket.
Yeah.
And all things considered, LNG falling short in the fight. Haichao left to just hammer away. Take over now, 12-10. It's a slight gold lead for LGD, but Jin Zhao is found again. He's just not tanky, is he?
He just can't find a break, man. It feels like every series for LGD. Jin Zhao is unfortunately just getting caught a little bit overboard, and now...
Meteor, that's not your team. I don't know if you... maybe he seemed to be standing with his teammates there, then suddenly realized that's not his teammates. You're way too close.
Well, unfortunately for LGD, they do still have a lead. They were able to carve that one back for the first time in the game itself, but they keep having little blunders. And honestly, it's been a big part to what has been a big issue for LGD. We do see them getting a side lane tier 2, though, for a little bit of that standing gold to Birtle.
Reset through for Birtle. We'll be able to get that out.
Fight last time, Munch.
He's just turned Mega. There we go. Great opportunity. 2 slammed into the wall. LNG sent away. It's only Hung damaged so far as Scout moves in from the side, and Birdall is about to turn mini. As the Drake comes up, Scout aggressed upon, but has that shield, so won't take too much damage there. And LGD now, their engage tools are on cooldown, their Meganar is on cooldown. Can they actually contest at this point? Equalizer comes down, the poke damage not really sticking from LNG here. We're just going to go into the pit and go for the 50-50, and it lands for LNG. That's Infernal Soul. Can they survive the fight this time around? Full retreat as they try and escape 1-for-1 so far. Zika next to fall as it's 2 for LGD. Gala, he's not retreating. He's looking for a little bit more.
Wants it.
1v4 from Gala here, but the Mystic shots go wide. He can't quite find those skill shots. Meteor jumps on forward, flashed away from Xiaoya, dives on it, but goes down! Gala finds the one-on-one against Xiaoya. Scout forced to flash now. Haichao will find a bonus. Gala just going for way too much.
Bit of a trade in gold back from it, though, as the outer tower taken down by Meteor. Really, really good fighting from Haichao there. He's on.
Gala doesn't have to
No,
fight
that
this.
ain't Gala's name. He's
just
writing that
retreat.
new page in the book, Munch. We're going straight to the new page, though. Baron up.
Baron is very much up. They're going to have another smite fight on our hands. Meteor gets into the pit, gets the Baron. LNG just 50-50 it. And now with Infernal Soul, can they actually win a team fight? They've not been able to win a team fight basically all game long. And LGD are doing it again. Meteor dives on in, lilting Lullaby on 2. Gala cleanses it. Here's your 1v4 again, Gala. Can he turn it around this time? Not this time either. The Dream Laden bow swinging around. And Meteor moving into the base. Are they going to end the game?
No way! NIP did it last night. They doubled their wins on the Rumble stage. And LGD, they're looking at bot lane right now, Munch. They're looking to take down LNG game 1.
I can't believe what I'm witnessing. LNG get Infernal Soul, lose 2 back-to-back fights, flip Baron, and lose the game instantly. Xiaoya really didn't get to impact the previous game that much. Wants to change that story, Crab and Draven. And also just a really great pick into Realm. You can just obviously cancel out the crash down, which is fantastic. Around, Scout is on Lucian, not Azir. So the level 6 mark, a little bit more significant. LNG with a bit more early presence this time around. Birdall on that Rumble wants to try and contest, but he's put himself in a flanked position. And the roots hit. How did that hit? It's by a pixel. Locked up and taken down. First blood for Zika, and suddenly that top lane don't look so bad.
LGD, though, on the back end of it, might be able to take these grubs away. See if LNG want to stick around for it, but a really good capitalization, and also just giving Zika in the side lane a little bit of resources on the Aatrox is huge.
Yeah, so off of tempo, LGD can grab themselves these grubs because, you know, ultimates we used by the side of LNG can't really fight at this point. So 3 grubs. Ooh.
But it is going to be a consistent focus towards bot side right now, as well as 3v3s a brewing, Munch.
Gala's going to try and finish off that wave. Moves on over Jin Zhao, the target. Needs to get clipped by the ult as Hung has just gone in, and Jin Zhao is just gone. Xiaoya chased away by Hung as the rest of the team moves in. Built-in Lullaby onto 2 here, but Meteor don't really have any follow-up damage. And that Locket getting big value as Gala dives in 2v1. He is feeling it today, and rightly so. One more Mystic shot flashed away, but that'll be Drake for LNG.
Right as rain for LNG as we go through it, but it is something where they need to consistently keep the pedal to the metal.
They certainly do. That's Birdall using his ultimate. Oh, faking
No
the
way.
recall. Zika's going the top side. Birdall with the genius play in the top side. Fakes the recall, finds a kill.
Scouts on vision.
I mean, once again, both LGD solo laners group up to try and do something against Scout. Wei in the brush, though. And this time the TP comes in. This time it's the numbers advantage for LNG. Birdall, the one, caught out. And that'll be gifted over to Scout as well. Nice bit of a gold injection for the mid lane of LNG.
I seriously don't think the phrase "love him at his worst, get him at his best" has ever fit somebody so well besides Birdall this series. Incredible stuff, and then straight into a bad play, and now
roots.
LNG
Looking for another one. Jin Zhao with a really nice anchor toss, but still pulled straight back in and still taken down. Meteor in the mix as Xiaoya is just in the middle of everyone. And Haichao now chased out of the top side. It's a double kill for Scout. That's 3 kills in as many minutes for Scout.
Oh, he angry, all right. I mean, he is tearing them a new one. And so are LNG. They should not have lost that first game of the series. And they are here to put LGD in their place. They will look to deny the grub again from them as well.
Yeah, it'll be 3 grubs apiece here. Wait. Actually, doesn't have his smite available. I don't know if they can finish this in time. I think LNG just going to concede. They're happy with 2. They've denied 4 at least. And they've got Wei his XP from the couple there. Like, with your adoration stacks, you can't afford to play that risky in early fights. You just can't. Like, unless the kill is right there for you. It's not like anyone was like 1 HP away from dying or anything. Just bit of an overstep. It's all right.
Just came to those big slip-ups around the later game objective fights. We are seeing that Haichao is going to be pounced on by Scout over here, though.
Scout uses the culling, but Jin Zhao denies any chance. Haichao nearly went down for that one, but it is a kill onto Scout once again.
A Scout that did have a 3-1 start to this one, or at least 3-0 start to it. Oh, that's huge.
Gala walks straight into it. He doesn't have cleanse. He's got barrier here. He's just gonna melt. Beautiful little swirl seed from Meteor. LGD's willingness and ability to punish LNG when they do make these mistakes, because like LGDs of the past would not find these punishes. You know, I feel like this is definitely growth for the team and for the organization in general. Like the difference between LGD this summer versus every other, even though they're 0-6, they're 0-6 in a group against the very best teams in the LPL. Like, you know, it was always going to be a hard group for LGD. The fact that they made it here at all is already like massive improvement. This is an organization that's usually finishing in like 16th place. The fact they're in this top group, and the fact that they are taking multiple top teams to 3 games, the fact they might even have a chance of winning out this series against LNG is a tribute to how much LGD have managed to grow as a team. Pressure from LGD on this bot, tier 1. Haichao desperately trying to finish it and will be able to do so. Tanked a couple of tower shots, which weakens the potential fight for LGD. And Scout will be able to trade it on the opposite side of them. I feel like all series long, every single time we see LGD take a tower, Scout is somewhere taking a different tower. He's on 2 items already. Really
nice stuff there. LGD, though, they're looking to get mid lane prio because we do have that dragon coming up. Would be a second one for LNG. They are setting up plenty around this, though. TP can come in.
Roots have come through, as is the Rel, the Metal Horse, setting up for Scout to take them down. The Lightslinger, and here comes Zika to impact the backline. Meteor gets a 3-man sleep, though, and a chance to turn things around. Birdle dives in alongside him. Scout burns to death as well, and LGD have miraculously found their way into the fight. The charge in the middle of everything from Birdle as the tower goes down. How the hell have LGD got away with that one?
What is happening on my screen right now, Munchables? LGD are pulling fights out of the brink of nothing. Where has this LGD been?
They've been struggling. They've been battling through group ascending. So, like, you know, it looked like Meteor had been betrayed for a second there, but Birdle, master of ceremonies, it seems. Master at the moment, at very least. Xiao, stunned up, rooted up. And it's another blunder from LGD's bot lane. This will be heartbreak for LGD if LNG can just grab Baron here. LGD looking like they want to fight, but it's 4v5
they haven't seen Zika.
Here.
Oh no, the news!
LNG. Zika comes behind the roster. They can't quite finish the kills. Jin Zhao low. Birdle diving onto the backline himself, but he doesn't have the damage. And LNG, they play it well. They hold on. Just on the brink of 2 items there. Same for Birdle, 3-3-1. Just on the brink of 2 items. I feel like both of them have the picks and the power on them to potentially carry something. Hung has found a flank. How the hell did he get there? Jin Zhao is found. And forget the top laners. I guess it's about the supports after all.
We saw exactly this happen last time. They were willing to start up the Baron. Ooh, Haichao getting a decent amount of poke on Nagala there in the end, but it is a massive catch out, and Hug finds another one!
That's a bit of an aggressive position from Haichao, will be punished. Zika just pokes him. Birdle's in the area too. Equalizer can be extremely valuable in a Baron pit if Meteor can get into. There's the Equalizer going down, but they just jump onto Meteor. He was on a ward. And LGD, one by one, being picked apart. Xiaoya trying to move in here. I don't think there's much to be done for LGD. Jin Zhao spawned on the sapling. Just vision, dominance, and punishment from it for LNG.
I'll just say a little bit of questionable decision making from LGD across the entire board here. It's looking a little bit like a horror movie now. LGD consistently finding some rough decisions.
That is true, but I've also never seen you and Michael Myers in the same room.
True.
So
I've never seen you and Michael Myers. Oh my God, we could keep this going all night. It'd be great.
Tier 2's traded here. As, I mean, in terms of gold, it's definitely all LNG right now, but LGD, at least they get something off of the back of their, I can't remember who was caught out. I think it was Haichao was caught out on the bot side, maybe it was Birdall, I can't remember. But LNG, I mean, I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed, honestly, that you don't want to see it. Here we go, TP play onto Scout. It's just the bread and butter play at this point for LGD. The Scout just dashes away. Haichao will be able to finish the job. So there we go, a pick for LGD. What else can they find? Be
a tough climb. LNG, though, I think they have a lot of decision-making power here. They can obviously start off any fight with Weiwei, but I think Hung has been the big unlocking factor on this rel, and we see that being the case here, too.
Jin Zhao hooks himself to safety. This time not caught. He's had a pretty rough series, it has to be said. I think Jin Zhao overall, a player that this year, I feel like he's had some really big series. Oh my God, Gala just goes 2v1 and he wins it as well. Xiaoya down. Gala has reinforcements and Zik is not stopping anytime soon. Charges in towards the backline and sets it all up. Beautiful fighting from LNG. The game is over. Gala has had enough. The hard engage Ezreal. It didn't work in game number 1. It works this time around though.
It absolutely does. Him and Scout combining for a masterful game 2. This is the LNG that needed to show up. There's still some big question marks to finish it off, but it's big.
They even up the series. We're going to 3 games. My goodness. So Jin for Xiaoya. It is Haichao taking the Zeri mid. I mean, there's plenty of damage elsewhere in the composition for Jin to follow up on. It does feel good, but the Maokai once again for Weiwei.
Gala, and this is the kind of decision-making, the cleanliness that we want to see from LNG, playing towards their strengths.
It's worth remembering as well just quite how long Meteor has been in the LPL. Like, when I joined the LPL in 2020, Meteor was already basically a veteran. He started back in 2019 on BLG. He was with BLG for a good couple of years as well. And he had a little bit of time off in between. He's not been a stable member of the LPL that entire time, but still very much a veteran voice within the roster. And within what is ultimately a fairly young roster with Haichao, with Xiaoya.
They said no more hard engage on the Ezra. We'll give you long distance engage with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Not going to have it just yet. It is coming up now, but LGD swooping in to take the grubs. And they are going to get grub again here, so they'll have a lot of siege potential in the back end of these fights we have to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, 6 grubs taken that. And Zika, in the meantime, had TP available, but chooses to stay in that bottom side. And he's not the fastest Drake taker in the world, is he? The tree, but you know what? Meteor's on the top side.
It's not the Leandries. Okay. It's the Locket again. You know, he doesn't have the extra AP damage. He's a slow tree. He's going to have a lot of utility support for his team. Oh, no.
Hug manages to dodge away there. Oh, but the lilting
Open
lullaby
up.
waits for the shield to be gone and sets up for a bonus as well. Gala chunked Weiwei trying to block the 4th shot, but it hits anyway. Jin Zhao finishes the job. Weiwei just had to be the bodyguard, and now Scouts on the backline being taken apart. LNG out of nowhere just fall to pieces. All right. Herald started, as you say. TP comes up from Haichao to join in the mix. I think LNG posturing like they want to just back away from this one. Scout already on his way to the bottom lane. And LGD know that that's the signal for them to have this one uncontested. LGD, they have been running this early game. It was quiet for the first 10 minutes. These last few minutes, though, has been all about LGD.
And I have to talk about a big factor that has been now in this third game finally unlocked. It hasn't been in the rest of the series. Meteor is just so far ahead of Weiwei. He's going to be hitting these big item spikes. Lilia is a huge go factor for LGD, and we've seen Meteor be a big win condition for them in the setups for the team fight. So
I think also just being able to get into Weiwei's jungle, deny some of those camps, and extend that lead for himself. Herald going to come down in the mid lane. Drake is spawning in 30 seconds. Now guaranteed prio. Meteor jumps back to the rest of his team. This might be an overcommitment from LGD as Jin Zhao falls. Meteor has his sleep blocked from Gala as the falls shot, as the curtain call comes in, but Scout just threatens. He would have just killed Xiaoyu if the curtain call committed. And now the TP's come in and Birdle has been left alone because nobody else can stick around. LNG punish hard as LGD overstep.
this style of composition.
It's only 3-3 in terms of kills, but it feels like there's been a bit more than that going on, doesn't it? It feels like LNG now getting themselves a third Drake. That is a terrible time for LGD. Sorry, as they just try and commit through the bottom side of the river to get in and fight this.
Look at Haichao, he's trying to get a little bit of positioning over on Azika. He will spot him out. Enchanted Crystal Arrow!
No. Jin Zhao has to flash away, gets himself a shield, but can he survive? He walks away with his life for now as Hung tanking on that front line. Meteor gets a double sleep. Oh, it's only a sleep onto one, in fact. And Weiwei not the target he would have wanted. Curtain call is just going to be blocked. Everybody lines up on LNG. Zika can soak the damage quite happily. Okay, Gala gets clipped. Nice shot from Xiaoyu. There's a Hex Flash
Round 2
from Jin Zhao. Are they going to go for this one? It's a 50-50 in the pit. Drake down to 2K and Weiwei grabs it. And an Ocean Soul in a low health fight like this is beautiful. It's a 4v4 now as the fight continues. But again, slow fights like this are perfect with an Ocean Soul. Zika kiting away as LGD look for a way back in. But the slow coming out from Hung sets up for a chase down. Scout chasing onto Haichao. The longest fight I've seen in a while as LGD trying to kite away, but the slow's coming up through. Gala goes wide on the volley though, but there's no tower. There's nowhere to run away to, and Zika finds a stun. Jin Zhao goes in, but Scout's flanking on the top side, and LGD being corralled onto the wrong side of the map. The damage isn't there for LGD, and LNG, it's slow, it's excruciating, but it's a fight nonetheless.
I can't believe it. I mean, that's just gotta feel so unfair for LGD. Full strength LNG, and they absolutely come to pay the tax here. Haichao is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, really nice roots from Weiwei there as well. Does it where Haichao wants to run to? So Haichao essentially just has to stay close to a Maokai, and with a pick on the enemy mid laner as Baron is on the map. I mean, this should be pretty much free.
Yeah.
Meteor only just respawning now.
And if you look, I love to look at the kind of mindsets, the feelings that we're seeing coming out of the players. Haichao very, very upset with himself in that one.
Get control of this map. One of the things that they have been good at is controlling side lanes well. It's always been something Scout's been decent at. And now Zeka gets to move in into the top side. And Scout's just going to recall again. I guess he can afford an item. Will come into the mix as well. And with the cannon, the bot lane tower goes down. If they can finish tier 2s on both sides of the map, even if they haven't broken the base, this is still a huge win for LNG. That is a 3,500 gold Baron play, plus a tier 2 that went down after.
Really big swing of the lead. Now almost 4,000 gold up for LNG. And
now trying to use that top side of the river as a way in, as LNG start the Elder off out of vision.
There's the setup here on the Zika, but I think you have to watch the trigger pull.
Arrow goes between the posts there, but a flick back onto Jin Zhao. Gets the solar flare down, but it's gone. Oh, with Ocean Soul as well. They can just keep this going. Birdle knocked back into the fray! And the all-out pulls him back over the wall! My goodness, LGD just taken apart on this one. Beautifully done by LNG. Not even entertaining Elder Dragon. No 50-50s here. They know they can just win the fight straight up.
They took the loss in game 1 heavily. You saw them come out in game 2 and absolutely smack LGD down, and maybe put an insult to injury there on the Haichao. He will be there and taken down. Oh no, it's LNG in a rightful place here though, Munchables.
Haichao gets his recall cancelled, TP's in to try and save the game, and just gets one shot. That's LNG finishing things out. A very solid game number 3 to end the series. They keep their position in the standing.
These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup.
Across the world, really, especially in early levels, has been kind of just full clear. That's sort of your only option when you're playing these AP jungles. Oh no! Oh god! Solo kill just gets wrecked.
I'm just wondering, like, was he trying to use the raid bar for the heal on the Q?
I think he just didn't realize Qingtian was about to hit 3. I think that's what happened.
Maybe that, but look at this.
Leave gets under the tower here, and Niket's tanking, forced to flash away. Leave low, but Haka might
Doggo
go down to the
needs it.
tower here. Leave is looking for a second.
Oh,
Doggo as well.
no.
The tower hits onto Doggo, but he survives. The cash-in is there. Minions denied. Like, overall, that's a pretty big win for Ultra Prime, because it just means both side lanes are now under control.
And this enables them to go ahead and get this dragon, get some early stacking going. We are going to be getting to level 6s now, so I think that's something to kind of keep an eye out on. JJ especially going to be a little bit more happy to take some of these fights.
It's going to be difficult to move in and have any significant impact. So Ultra Prime, off of the back of the dive in the bottom side, and off the back of the presence of Qingtian in the top side, finding that solo kill, they'll grab themselves not only the first Drake, but triple grubs as well. This is a phenomenal start for Ultra Prime.
I feel like I haven't seen this kind of trade going down in a while. I mean, they just walked their way to both objectives. Back for it on the map, and this is really awesome to see from EDG, even though solo kill. I feel a little bit of the brunt of the ire there in the top side. Oh.
So Qingtian locked up now with the Pyroclasm there as well. He's just going to burn up. Tried to get underneath the tower. They've got to try their best. Qingtian moves up to stop Leaf pushing, but with Leaf on the top side, I mean, this is just going to be 2 Drakes for Ultra Prime, right? Leaf can't TP. Qingtian doesn't have his online either, but Prime gets away from Yuakai. Depth charge.
No rocket jump.
A bit of a weird engage from EDG. Finds a hook, though. Denied by Niket. And, I mean, they've managed to find a lot of damage of EDG. They lost a player for it.
I will give them the benefit of the doubt in the fact that they were trying to punish Yuakai where he didn't have the rocket jump and he used it so aggressively forward. But yeah, just best laid plans once again. They do end up getting that denial, so at least there won't be the grub again. But this also gives Ultra Prime a little bit more presence around the objective down here for the Dragon.
Yeah, this will be a Drake for Ultra Prime. I don't know, when your bum's wiggling like that, it gives you a little bit of extra air force behind you. Haka grabs himself that second Drake.
Our first items now for majority members too.
So Crying finally gets that tower down. And that's the first tower of the game, EDG.
And I love they bring up Crying a little bit. Obviously, a pretty well-known name in LPL, but also if you think back to a couple years ago, he was actually a core piece of that 2022 Ultra Pride roster itself. So kind of cool to see him having a really good start to the series here, even if it harkens back to a couple years back in the relationship. But it is also a point where Ultra Prime have so much more to play for, so much more on the line for them in this one.
Bit of a gap in my memory for this player. But either way, he certainly stepped up today, and he's looking to get himself a second tower. That's a lot of gold that's just being funneled into this core. Crying could be a real problem.
And moved to that objective here.
All right, tier 1 down. They got the 3 grubs, but it was 2 Drakes for Ultra Prime to start us off, and now with the 3rd Drake spawning, EDG used the Herald to get that mid-prio and move towards the Drake to start that one off. You can see up in the top side, Yuakai is going to grab the tier 1. So we've traded
tier 2
in terms of towers, but
yeah, solo kill did go to answer over in that split lane push by Yuakai. EDG in the end, though, they're going to get that dragon. So denying that early stacking by Ultra Prime, but again, the fact that Ultra Prime got the first 2 dragons in the first place is good enough for them.
If we beat IG with any score, then Ultra Prime will qualify. And if they beat EDG 2-1 today, and IG beats, and WE beat IG 2-0, and Ultra Prime will qualify. There we go. We've run through it all. Qingtian
got it.
Caught out in the bottom side, and Ultra Prime just see that as a go sign. Qingtian going to buy as much time as he can, while the rest of the team run at the Baron. TP now to the top side as Leave wants to try and stop this in its tracks. 3K on the Baron. Ultra Prime, they look like they want to commit to this one, but the smite's not there, and Cryan gets the Baron. It's a kill onto Hacker, and it's a disaster for Ultra Prime.
Impactful play of the game so far as the Baron taken by EDG. They're also gonna get another Mountain Dragon, a tier 2 in mid lane, and they have just blown open this lead. Wink's even gonna find a little engage on the Uakai, who doesn't have a lot of mana, but the Baron buff is up here and they can continue pushing. It's even more out of their hands. It's in like a second other person's hands. I don't know how you go further into that.
In some ways, it is in their hands, in that if they win this series, they keep it alive. If they lose this series, they are just out of the running. So it's in their hands to some extent. Solo kill just gets a huge trade onto Uakai. True shot barrage.
Oh!
Flashed away from at the last possible second there by Uakai. Uakai having a rough game for himself on the Tristana.
Where are these flashes of brilliance coming from our teams? I mean, EDG are on a little bit of a run here. Obviously, this is their last series, but I think the fact that we're seeing some really big step ups from some teams that have been struggling in these last couple days is the LPL.
With EDG, it brings up the question to me, like, how much was this a mental thing? Was this just the pressure now that they're out of the running suddenly? They can find these fights, although, I say that, Wink has gone down. But it'll be 2 inhibs anyway, so I think EDG will be happy sacrificing a Nautilus for 2 inhibs.
Utilizing this as well and playing off some of the strengths they built for themselves early on in this game, but look at this.
Doggo got a cash in off the back of that. He's still only 2.5 items, and his top lane is dead, so I don't know.
He's chosen by either side. We have seen what Corki and Ezreal can do, and they're putting the siege on thick here in the top side. They want to end this game, Munch.
Well, EDG, they played a pretty slow and steady game, and it feels like it's worked beautifully for them. Playing a max range Cryan, you say that, like, how can Ultra Prime even punish him? They know Uakai's in base, they know that Chick's on spot. Like, even if Doggo's there, Wink's pretty tanky at this point. I feel like he's fine to just walk into the enemy jungle pretty much with impunity.
As we see him do right in front of our very eyes, it is to the Baron, and this could be the nail in the coffin for Ultra Prime in this game, number 1. They wanted a clean one. I mean, they will still be able to take it out here, but it's unfortunate that now the siege is going to be even harder.
I'm a little disappointed in Ultra Prime that they've not just tried to throw something. Hacker still a ways away from that death cap.
I'm a little worried for Hacker's damage count after this one. We might need to black that one off the screen, but here we go.
Requiem comes down. Might be the first one I remember seeing of the game as Wink is chunked. He's burning. The shield comes through at the last second.
Doesn't matter.
Look at that. It's an absolute wash. Clean ace for EDG. And Ultra Prime left spinning at the end of game number 1. I believe in the early stages, it's Corki that will get Cryo in the mid lane here for EDG. But I'm looking towards the junglers in the early pathing. If JJ can answer Hacker's potential threat on the bottom side.
I actually wanted to highlight a little bit of the pathing from JJ because he ended up going for the blue Gromp first so that he could path away from the strength that Ultra Prime were representing the bot side. Ends up going to the enemy jungle over here, but Hacker looking for a play on the other side again.
Leave the target, flashed on, rooted, will be taken down. That's a cash in for Doggo as well. A kill for Wink, but it does not matter. Smolder is denied his wave. He does have TP.
He's going to have a ton of the engage setup for the team with his Meganar. Obviously, Niket on the other side will as well. But we're looking all bodies down bot side here. Hacker has returned to the well.
We're going again. Leave doesn't have his flash. He's going to be rooted. He's going to be finished off. It's a kill for Hacker this time around, who's trying to flash away to safety, but he goes down himself. Here comes Uakai. Re-dive would be difficult, though. As Doggo's cutting off the wave. Another set of minions on their way. JJ just desperately trying to clear as fast as he can.
It does come with a little bit of payback there, but they are able to get the opposite side play now as we go back to live.
I think the nice thing for EDG there is, A, JJ gets himself a kill. It's always good to be ahead early on the Nidalee and just kind of evening up for the fact that Hacker got the kill onto Leave. But also the fact that Uakai actually committed to roaming down. Cryan did, right? So Cryan, so they got the first 3 for themselves. They're looking for the next 3 as well. That's going to be 6 grubs for Ultra Prime, pretty much uncontested. Solo kill on the tower. This is a dangerous part of the map for Yukai to be in because Solar Kill's under the tower right now, but look at the rest of the cavalry on their way. Solar Kill is just going to pull the wave so that the next minion wave arrives. Yukai realizes he's got to get out and Dodge tries to TP! Every bit of CC thrown and none of it lands, and it means Ultra Prime get the top tower and they pressure mid.
Oh my god, 1,000 possibilities and only one that mattered. Yukai, he gets a massive play here, gets the first turret on the top side, stops any more gold from going on the bot side. They will lose some more plates here, but Ultra Prime with some map moves and now on mid lane.
Wing forced to flash away by the Stranglethorns. They got the top tower, and they're actually pressuring the top tier too. Ultra Prime are just buying time in the mid lane here. This is not real pressure. Solar Kill TP's up, but it's too late. Yukai and Qingtian share the gold. 1,000 gold lead for Qingtian as well as a minor lead for Yukai in the mid lane. That'll be a second Drake for EDG, so silver lining there, but it does feel like Ultra Prime are well and truly in control for the time being. Try and make that happen. Doggo's desperate to finish this tower. It's low, and with Qingtian here too, that'll be all three tier 1s taken as Yukai finishes the bot lane.
They play because now they can just take the Riptail for free.
Is Yukai just not confident to take the fight there? I feel like he must know that Cryan is in one of the brushes or in the alcove, right? Like, I don't know. Either way, Herald, now the target for EDG. They can't quite get the eye. There it is.
Oh,
Herald taken, but TP from Yukai takes a huge chunk before he goes. He'll still survive. Either Herald denied from EDG, but Ultra Prime won't get anything either.
I'm side of Ultra Prime to kind of get them away from that one, but still really big pickups from EDG. We've said they bought themselves a little bit of time.
They won't have to flash or anything here. I wasn't sure how big of a commitment Ultra Prime would make to this. Whenever there's a smolder on the screen, if you can get yourself a cheeky engage, soften the play. Doggo, he cleansed a second too early. He got stunned anyway. And in goes Wing to try and start the fight, and down goes Wing after the fight starts. Qingtian misses the ultimate, but still gets the kill. Solar Kill by space in the backside of the play. This is an absolute mess of a fight, and it ends 2 for 2.
Roll their fades here, at least tonight, and they need to pull it back against EDG, who have nothing left to play for, who have at times in this split been a catastrophe on the Rift and off the Rift.
Doggo's just going to solo the Drake.
Bloodthirster, baby.
Yeah, he's got Bloodthirster, as you say. Too easy. And his Infinity Edge, not far away either, I imagine. On a recall, he'll be able to finish that one off.
And I think we're seeing a lot better use of their resources for Ultra Prime in this second game. They're going to use those resources right now to just force a Baron, though.
Baron started. Mom called, but it does pretty much nothing. And Niket looks for an engage instead, but Niket is gone. EDG find the first kill of the fight. Qingtian close to Megan up. Close isn't good enough. Stranglethorns to try and disengage the fight. Solo Kill realizes he's gone too deep for this one, but the all-out Qingtian flips it. And Ultra Prime are getting taken apart. EDG with a 2-0, punishing the Baron attempt. Fight, slowing things down as much as they possibly can. They got the first 2 Drakes, so there's no Drake win condition anytime soon. And now trying to TP onto Qingtian. A flash to get the slow from Solo Kill. Cryan moving over as well. Qingtian forced to flash it in the meantime. Doggo is caught on the top side. Leave gets some damage down. The
225
to find one. Doggo low but not going down. It's a pick on the top side for Ultra Prime. Actually just walks away again. He somehow keeps surviving these side lane plays, and now Ultra Prime use that pressure to try and take over the top side. Leave has TP as well as in goes Solo Kill, and out goes Solo Kill. Barely surviving.
He's dead.
And the laser will finish the job. Ultra Prime, they find themselves a pick, but with Leave here, I don't think they can commit to a Baron. Solar Flare onto Yukai. EDG have done enough to dissuade the play.
They have. They are losing side lane now. Trying to find an answer into that one will be important. But honestly, Ultra Prime, the split second turns onto the Baron as soon as they see any side lane play coming down onto Qingtian. I think it's been a really good series of events for Ultra Prime. Even if Doggo's been getting caught, their decision making is starting to shine through a little bit.
They could have another chance here with Qingtian having TP, but Cryan moves down to match. Oh yeah, they are just going to start this one off again because there's no vision in here. Okay, blue trinket comes in. JJ over the wall. This is a
low here.
It's a little dicey for Ultra Prime, honestly. Health bars are low. JJ is in the area, so it could end up being a 50-50. They're being poked away, and Leave is here on the Smolder. Big damage on Niket. He has to flash to safety. We're going to have a 50-50 in the pit.
Oh,
Hacker
JJ
is at the back of the pit, but JJ is the one to get the Baron. Crime goes down to Doggo, but Leave has the damage to find the execute. One more axe would do the job, but he dodges the laser, and Solo Kill finds another one. Yukai stepping up a Solo Kill, tanking, finds the Q3, trying to survive, and the spear dissuades it. They are out of playoffs contention. This series means nothing but pride to EDG.
Oh my god!
Oh my lord, that damage! Mom flies in and sets up for Leave. Cryin arrives, and EDG, their last series of the split, they want to go out in style.
And they're doing it. They have carved this lead back from Ultra Prime. They're only down a couple thousand now. They have taken advantage of every misstep that Doggo has had. And now they find themselves a soul, a Hextech soul on top of that. I think I feel the tides have shifted. And I think I start hearing the tears weeping for Ultra Prime.
Ultra Prime have been ahead almost this entire game, and in fact, in terms of gold, they are still actually ahead by 1,000.
To not being drugged down to the dirt like EDG. And we'll see if they can get themselves out of this one. The Baron is still up for 20. They are sieging down so heavily, and this is going to be lasting damage to Ultra Prime's base.
Hacker caught by the solar flare.
Oh!
Just burnt to a cinder. That's what happens when a dragon meets a plant right there. Crying the one to finish the kill at the end as EDG moved to the mid lane. I think that might be all she wrote. EDG managed to find a little bit of redemption. It's too late for them in terms of playoffs, but at least they finish this split out with a win. And man, it's just so sad for Ultra Prime that it might end like this after things started so well for them. Feels like it's slowly but surely falling apart. But NIP, Weibo managed to redeem themselves in that group and find their way into the upper group. And Ultra Prime, unfortunately, struggling now in Group Nirvana against the ropes. At least the positive side is they won't have a really stressful IG versus WE tomorrow because it won't matter at all to them. Cryin just trades his life.
Man.
As Ultra Prime desperately trying to hold on to their third inhibitor. 1-for-1 there. The inhib will fall though, and I think the Nexus might be next.
It's looking like the doom spiral for Ultra Prime. They got so close to the sun, but ended up being burnt. Xingtian can find another one.
What can you do? They're just clearing waves, and to be fair, they're pretty good at clearing waves at this point. It does feel like EDG is sort of struggling to actually finish this game out. 30 seconds until Baron comes up. That is a nice little spear coming through.
That ever been the case?
Yeah, he's not had a fun time, has he? That's Baron though for EDG. And if 6 supers wasn't enough, 6 supers of Baron, that might just be the ticket.
They are sitting in the mud, and they are grabbing the ankles of Ultra Prime and pulling them right down into it.
That crab mentality, and Niket feeling the claws. EDG charge on forwards. The peak of evolution is the crustacean, and EDG going full crab mode today as they pull Ultra Prime back into the bucket. Neither team will make playoffs. EDG have decreed as the Nexus will fall, a small silver lining.
These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup.
Never came to fruition in the end, but I remember Doctorman Light really stepping up in the 2v2s. ZDZ hits level 2 and finds himself a phenomenal trade onto 369. ZDZ making a statement in the top side. 369 holds on to his flash. ZDZ might be the one to go for flash. Harpoon lands. He's still just a really strong lane bully.
And there you go. 4 stats to prove it.
Yeah.
11 and 6 against the Cassante.
He's just gonna get solo killed. Cream dives over the wall. Milky Way trying to chase him down. Cream gonna try and kite it and gets over another wall. He's gonna TP out. There's no vision of it. Cream gets a solo and gets on out of dodge.
They're trying to get something back here at Top Esports. They are on a roll.
Boy. How is Life here alone? Where is the AD carry? Mako gonna tank the tower. The passive proc for Tien. I don't think they actually have the damage to finish off the Leona. And is one tanky champion. Flash still available for Life, but with Mako tanking. That's another kill. Over to top esports, and it's into the pocket of Jackie Love.
Pathing down here, not spotted out as Tien gets the CC chain, and Life, the passive is on him. Concussive blows is there. Tien, he has flash, but he's holding it. He wants to make sure he can get the CC chain. Oh, and he doesn't even get it in the end.
A little bit of a whiff there, but still has the damage. I don't think Life's getting out of this one with the stun coming on through. And there we go. Sets him ablaze. As Doctor might not be able to get out himself. Dodges the stun, dodges the slow, and will walk away. But Jackie Love this whole time has just been farming under turret.
It's so rough here. They're getting plates. He's up a massive amount of CS here. Mako is not going to make Doctum's life easy to get back into lane, and he's just a Jhin. This is your hated moment.
Oh no, bad to worse. That was his flash. His barrier comes through, and he still goes down. That'll be yet another wave that's going to crash under the tower.
Some research on if our statements are standing correct right here is plain and simple. Them just completely diffing the bot lane of FPX, and it leads to be able to get the early dragon stacks.
Only just beat LGD and NIP in 3-game series. So I feel like FPX is one of those teams that you never quite know what to expect. Tien didn't know what to expect on this one, as FPX come out of the blue and find themselves a nice little pick onto the top esports jungler. That'll be 6 grubs.
And that's not usually what happens. Tien is not usually the one that's getting caught in these kinds of positions. Really good decision making from FPX. They'll get a constant objective with those 6 grubs.
I love how this just feels like a normal bot lane with the mid laner moving down. He's on Zeri, so it just feels kind of standard anyway. There's a lot of damage there. Jackie Love,
he doesn't have the dash.
Oh, so close. As Life gets the stun under the tower, but the tower not long for this world. TP coming on through. Tower finished off by Jackie Love. Care is so low on HP. ZDZ moves in. Look at the combo. The red carpet royalty of ZDZ arrives in style. And it will all lead to a Drake for top esports, but a great little combo there. And I've just realized, you know, we always call the equalizer the red carpet. I feel like maybe we should reserve that for when there's a Leona.
More importantly, though, he has the BF sword as well in tow, so he's going to have a lot of damage behind him. We do have the Rift Tail started up by FPX here, though. Doesn't look like there's going to be a quick collapse by top esports, but maybe in the end they do.
Do look like they're grouping Tien on the top side of the play. Remember, Tien, no flash, a perfect target for Milky Way to find and engage. TP comes through, though, for 369. It's a full-on 5v5 for the Herald here. Ultimates available. Engage from Milky Way. Mako trying to block everything as ZDZ sent away. FPX grab themselves the Herald, but can they survive? All out from 369, and he finds his opposite man. Care zips back into his base. It's only 1 kill for the Herald. Does feel like FPX are under pressure. Honestly, FPX are so... They'll be relieved that they got those 6 grubs to start this game, because imagine if Cream has grubs to work with here, it would be devastating. Whatever you say is impossible, that's what he's going to do next, to be honest. So if anyone can do it, it's him. His spring was unbelievable. His summer not quite as much, but still incredible. His Milky Way, the man I'm just complimenting, will just burn down. Mako trades his life for it. And FPX will get a second onto Tien. Nice little skirmish. Has been heroic this game. Like, pretty much all of the positive plays for FPX. ZDZ has arrived late, turned things around. 369 and a 1v3. An emphasis on the 3 for this one. Cream arrives with a TP, but it's a little bit late. This would be a difficult fight, I think.
I like this answer, though.
Yeah, I mean, solar flare down as well, so they go opposite, right? Take the tower on the top side.
Actually, catch out Creep. They will get his flash at the end. Take down the turret without using the Rift Herald just yet.
Ooh, nice flash.
Really good flash from Doctum. All right, here comes the life. Going the other way. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think denying its charge is ever a positive play. Doctum takes a cue as Jackie Love sidesteps the engage from Milky Way. And now a solar flare down to end the target, but flashes away from the red carpet. Doesn't want the spotlight. Milky Way does, as he finds stars in his eyes from the bullet time. Life burns away, but look at the equalizer. Look at the flame spitter. ZDZ, say it again louder as he finishes off 3. Care and Doctum, though, find themselves alone as 369 enters the fray. Doctum dodges the stun, but no chance to get the jungler, and 369's in town.
Find a way to fight this one out, and it has to be led off of Milky Way because Life needs to keep his ultimate for Jackie Love.
Keeping my eyes on Doctum as well, on that Jhin. It's a pick that I know a lot of analysts aren't big fans of. Needs to find value on the pick. As the tower will go down and Milky Way goes sideways on the engage, and it means Life is separated from the team. Curtain call with an equalizer. There's the spotlight as Mako falls in front of everyone. It's a pick for FPX just as the Drake comes up. These equalizers, the flame spitters, just the team fights in general have been nothing short of miraculous out from the top laner of FPX. And it's kind of funny because he's the least FPX member of the team, right? They've got a lot of damage. Whoever comes near Life, I don't think would survive this engage. I guess we'll find out as he steps on up, gets stunned up. Celestial opposition keeps him alive for a moment, but the culling is enough. Now the blue buff, next point of call for top esports. The equalizer kind of goes between them on this one as Jackie Love just hammering the damage out onto Care. Doctor forced to flash over the wall. The bullet time nearly finishes the job. It's only 1 kill. Is it enough to start the Baron?
The reservation that Top Esports is having when they're holding their ultimates. Like, you still have Power Clouds, you still have Glacial Fissure, you still have the All Out, you have the tools here. FPX, they're being rebuffed. They need to get in here.
Curtain call, Mako blocking it. The Baron's going to go down. And now Top Esports might find a fight on top of it. Care caught by the All Out. 369 dodging and flashes onto the enemy mid lane. He is making up for the early mistakes in the laning phase. Phenomenal stuff from Top Esports, complete control.
You expect from a pick like this on the Kazante. Love to see Top Esports taking advantage of it. And all that build-up, all that praise to ZDZ, the man that's been all over the place and can't find it. It might be coming up short.
Doctum, the stun comes in, the damage is surely there, but the equalizer might just turn this around. Jackie Love's gone too far. 369 has gone too far. FPX will not let Top Esports disrespect them.
You cannot overextend against this composition like that. They will punish you 10 times out of 10.
Remember, Top Esports, no significant engage of their own. They're playing full counter-engage, and there it is. The counter-engage as Milky Way tries to start something, and he started it. He just can't finish it. Cream flashing onto ZDZ and gets out of the curtain call. Drake started with Milky Way, no HP. Surely he can't move it back into here. Warmog's ticking in as Mako chunked low, but Drake is taken. Soul is taken for Top Esports.
Here recently in their series, yes, it's been dominant, but it's because they do not stop pressing you from the beginning on all those objectives, but FPX have stopped them in a lot of regards. Now, it is all about Milky Way's initial setup here. We have to watch the Glacial Prison because it's the only tool they can use.
Oh, goes wide, and there's a knockback onto Care. Huge from the side of Top Esports as they find the CC chain onto Life, and Care is found again, twice in a fight. ZDZ forced to go golden, but that won't save him. Another flick back from 369. One misstep, and Top Esports will take you to task. That might just be game. Honestly, they could run to the Baron, but they're sticking around in the mid lane.
Milky Way giveth, Milky Way taketh. You cannot miss that engage against a team as ruthless as Top Esports. You cannot overstep a single moment or this team will look to just put you down. They do exactly that here, and they are continuing to barrel this one in here, Munchables.
Doctum is up. Life has just respawned. 15 seconds on the other players. Doctum is sent straight back to the fountain. 369 happy to tank for the time being as Cream dodges away from the deadly flourish, but the Nexus has been laid bare, and Doctum can't do anything about it. Bullet time to keep them on the fountain. Certainly is, the Diana. This is kind of a Milky Way special, really. We don't see much Diana here in the LPL. Milky Way, a player, though, that over the last 12, I guess, slightly less than 12 months, just going to be answered with a few autos from Jacula.
You have to be careful about how much damage you can do with the double up.
Oh, the bait! The bait
Mako
comes through from life, and Mako falls right for it. Milky Way skips a camp to be a part of the play. First blood, but now answered. Tien responds to the play from Milky Way, and he's looking for two as life is forced to flash.
Nomenclature so far, and you have to look if we're going to continue seeing it.
Dive onto Dogdom in the bottom side. Jacula already got first blood, and he gets a second as well. Flashes! Just before the turret shot comes through. They can redive this. So long as Mako's tanking, they can go for another one.
Oh my God.
Mako gets the kill. They are off to the races again.
I mean, can we just call it now, like best bot lane in LPL? They have been doing this time and time again against all the bot lanes in the LPL, especially in this Rumble stage where all of our top teams are here in Group Ascend. Now, Care, he's looking at it.
Oh, Cream did this to him in game number 1. Cream down to the Wolf. As Care is going to go down to Tien. Oh, no! It was so close. Single digits between Care and a solo kill. Beautiful stuff. Mako even grabbing a kill for himself, and Dogdom's caught again. Oh, God, bad to worse in the bottom side. It just won't stop. It just won't end.
You highlighted the Kai'Sa. You said maybe the comfort is key. That key is broken in half, and it doesn't even fit the lock right now. Munchable's life is all by his lonesome in the bot side. He's trying to find a way out.
I don't know if he can, though. Pulled back in. One more Q will finish the job. Tien grabbing that kill. Care, another attempt in the mid lane onto Cream. No flash available. If Cream steps up, maybe there's an angle. Care, you can see that he feels the pressure with how this bot lane is going. He's trying to make things happen elsewhere on the map.
20 CS up for JackieLove at 3-0. He's going to be on first side. He's on a ward right now.
As Dogdom takes another double up. Oh, God. This might be another dive. This might be Mako going underneath the tower. Tien is here as well as the stun comes through. Dogdom one also away. JackieLove tanking. Can he get out of range of the tower? He can. And life burning. And there's a make it rain as the dot from Tien finishes the job. It's just a masterclass at the bottom side.
Oh, they did end up getting a trade on top side. It is something for FPX, but in all reality, what did it cost? And it's literally everything. At almost 4,000 gold, you're going to be chunked down just a little bit with that tower taken out here, but plays to get the Lilting Lullaby. And this is looking like a potential Grub-ageddon here.
I don't know, though. I think FPX have to back away. JackieLove is so terrifying. He just walks in and taps the grub, steals it away from ZDZ. That's 2 grubs.
Papa's here.
Both for JackieLove as well. A couple of extra CS in case Dogdom wasn't behind enough.
Hasn't felt the need to just yet on the Dragon. They want kills. They want to go for the throat here, Munch.
Oh, the combo is beautiful to witness. The Ornhorn setting up for the bullet time. JackieLove gets, I think, his 19th kill of the game so far, something like that.
He's feeling the heat a little bit, and it's not from his own Phoenix. It's a 3-0-2 Tien.
What's up? 369 can just walk towards the wave, or can he? A TP comes through from ZDZ with the Dominus in tow as well. That should be another kill on 369. Forced onto the weak side, and will die twice for it. Cream trying to trade in the top lane.
Gold on the back end. They're losing a top outer and a mid outer because of that. So every play has a bit of a cost. They are going to get the bot lane on the end of it, and K are going to push this wave in too.
Herald as well for Tien. All in trade for a kill in a tier 1 on the bottom side. I think Milky Way managed to steal away a red buff as well. So a little bonus there for FPX, but realistically, a very positive play for top esports, even with 369 going down.
He's up to par to it.
And I feel like the Diana is like, oh, hang on, he's found Cream. He's found Cream. The Diana is the pick, apparently. Big one.
Missed.
It's enough. Cream is unstoppable. Gets the fleet footwork. ZDZ flashes to finish the job, but even in a 1v1.
As we know them to do, you cannot get something on the other side of the map without them responding, and they are crashing down in bot lane.
Even a bullet time in the mid lane to stop Dogdom just pushing the wave. That's a tier 2 taken.
He's going mid.
Oh, the charge. Wait, he's going to bounce out the wrong side of the tower here. TES is pretty deep.
He's got
the
lilting.
Ornord comes through. He's just the right amount of deep after all. Top Esports, no signs of stopping as they look for life as well. Who cares if it's a tier 2 tower? Top Esports, it could be 16, it could be 46 minutes into the game.
Advantage in that situation, but the damage profile with that Trinity Force is just so massive for the Corki. It's so unexpected a lot of the time. And Top Esports taking full advantage of that. That is a second dragon as well for them bot side, and they'll continue pushing it. Close here if we're talking about Top Esports, because it doesn't feel like anybody's been able to be close to them here in recency. But you also have to remember, like, they did lose to a couple of the top teams, but at Octum, you just don't have the damage to put up against this would-be Titan.
369 even gets all of the small crooks.
Oh.
It's a 4-man moonfall, but doesn't even get the damage phase out. And with Milky Way down, surely a green light for Top Esports to kick off the purple worm.
I will say this is a bit lackluster for what maybe I expected FPX. Yeah, it really is. I think coming into this one, this was an opportunity to really upset some of the balance in the Rumble stage and some of the seeding potential for the playoffs, but Top Esports didn't want any of that. And they're looking at clean victories all along.
And to be fair to FPX, like, Jackie looks just blasting down cooldown at anyone that's on his stream.
Strutting his stuff.
It has been a little bit back to their old mantra of win lane, win game, to be honest. Felt like that went away for a little while. It's back in full force. Top Esports are in immaculate form and looking towards a 10th win in a row if they can finish this game out. Milky Way doesn't want to let that happen. Does have Flash, does have Moonfall. Top Esports have to be cautious not to overstep here. TP from CDZ behind with the Dominus. But that's Milky Way put to sleep and finished off.
Oh.
The fight's already over before ZDZ even gets close.
ZDZ.
Here comes Doctum to try and finish the job, but 369 sends him into the sky, and ZDZ can't even find Cream. Not one iota for FPX. Top Esports are dominant here in the LPL.
Oh man, you see the interest from Doctum, he immediately gets taken down. You see the hopes of this series in any regard for FPX being dashed completely, and Top Esports, they have been a huge force to be reckoned with here in the LPL Rumble stage.
To rise from the ashes, you're first got to be set on fire, and Top Esports have done exactly that today, 2-0.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.